Today, we have come all the way to Paris to interview the general manager of the first and only Peninsula hotel in Europe. Nicolas Béliard has over 18 years experience at some of the best luxury hotel brands in the world, such as Mandarin Oriental, Four Seasons, and of course Peninsula. Come with me to find out the keys to build a career in luxury hospitality just like him. Mr. Vidyas, thank you very much for welcoming us today here at the Peninsula Paris, actually the first peninsula in Europe, which you have been managing since its opening 1.5 years ago. Can you brief us a little bit on your background?
My story is not very original in the sense that I started in hospitality by chance. I was a student in college and looking for a summer job, and somebody mentioned to me there was a position in a hotel, and I said I know nothing about hospitality, and that person said that's fine. And I enjoyed it so much that then I decided to acquire some kind of education in hospitality, which I did. And then the rest is a question of opportunities and travels. I spent the last 15 years traveling quite extensively and going from one opportunity to another and climbing through the ranks. 9
properties in 18 years. That's a new move and a new hotel every 2 years, more or less. Was it your first opening?
This is my 4th opening. And I thoroughly enjoy the intensity of an opening. What I like is the chaotic nature, the unpredictable reliability of an opening. Everything that you anticipate does not happen, everything that you did not anticipate will happen. But before all, it's a wonderful human adventure, and that is, I think, definitely the aspect that I like most. Retaining, hiring, training, developing, creating a team with a strong bond. That is something that is quite unique, and having an entire team that is aligned towards the same goal is a wonderful feeling and something that I really enjoy doing.
Do you have a special anecdote or a special moment that you remember from the opening experience?
One moment that comes to mind without hesitating a second is the actual handover between the builders to the operational team that I represent. And it was a moment that was filled with emotions because you have all of these construction workers, over 800 of them, that participated on this project. And I said to them with emotion, I said, "You've built this, we shall try to make it live now," because it's a different aspect. And for both parties, it was very important for us because there's pride on both sides. And if there's one common thread between the two worlds, it's the notion of pride, that the people who contributed to making this room have a natural pride and very much enjoy seeing it live now because they never saw it with life.
So what important changes have you observed in luxury hospitality since you graduated?
What I personally have observed over the years is that at first it was more a notion of consistency and efficiency, and to make sure that we get a certain level of service regardless of where we are throughout the world. And that's what most consumers, guests, were looking for. I have the feeling that this desire has changed slightly now, and that our guests are now more looking for emotions, to be able to resonate, to be able to feel that they are in a particular city, and when they come to Paris, they want to be able to experience a Parisian experience. The relationship with the team also, I think, is different, the personal relationship with the team. After just 1.5 years of opening, we can feel that. We can feel guests that come back. I participate on numerous sales calls, and the number one comment that I always hear from our guests is the team. I was blown away a few weeks ago. I was doing sales calls in the Middle East, and I had guests that were mentioning 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 team members. So it's not as if they were saying this to please me. They truly remember the names of colleagues that work here. And that to me is so important because it means that we've succeeded. We've created a bond, a connection with the guest for those who want, because we always have to remember that we are here to serve our guests. Some want an emotional connection, others do not, and it's up to us to be able to read that and respond accordingly.
So what advice would you give to young talents willing to reach the top in hospitality?
Don't think of the top. Don't think of the top, because otherwise you'll experience frustration. In the course of our conversation, I've used several times the word pride, passion, because those are values that are very strong. If I look back at my humble career, I never at one point thought I want to be at this level, because that's not the most important part. The most important part is to have fun and to enjoy what you're doing. I often tell my team that enthusiasm is communicative. If you enjoy what you're doing, the guests can feel it, and the colleagues and people you work with and interact with can feel it. So being in an environment that you like, being with the people that you like, working hard, and then a dose of luck, a dose of opportunity, being there at the right time, the right moment, and things will happen naturally.